This is Newsbreak 26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. There was an uptick in traffic across the St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Calais, Maine international border on Tuesday. November 30th was the first day Canadian travelers no longer need to present a negative PCR test when re-entering Canada, after spending less than 72 hours in the United States. Travelers leaving the country for longer trips will still need a PCR test upon re-entry. Now that the U.S. has opened its land border to Canadian travelers and Canada has dropped PCR test requirements for short trips, the province feels subsidizing the seasonal Campobello ferry into the winter is no longer necessary. Starting in January, islanders wishing to access the mainland will once again have to travel through the U.S. via a bridge to Lubec, Maine. Many island residents are unhappy with the decision, according to the island's mayor. In a statement to CHCO, Campobello Mayor Harvey Matthews said, quote, "The province is jumping the gun on shutting the ferry down. There are still islanders who don't want to get vaccinated, and there are still people who are nervous about traveling. The ferry gives them another option." MLA Kathy Baucus for St. Croix insists she will continue to fight for a year-round ferry to the island regardless of the status of the pandemic. In a statement to CHCO, Baucus said, quote, "I will continue to keep pushing for a year-round ferry for the residents of Campobello Island because that's what they tell me they want, and I was elected to be their voice in Fredericton." New Brunswick native Tom Liston has donated $200,000 towards the campaign to preserve the world's oldest basketball court in St. Stephen.
We wanted to kind of make it our lifelong commitment and project, and we talked a lot about it late summer. And really to give back to New Brunswick, to give back to something we're passionate about, and just have this iconic piece of history in our backyard. It just felt like we had to support it and go all in.
The donation will go a long way towards the ambitious project to not only restore the court, but turn it into a tourism destination and a basketball experience center that showcases sports artifacts and celebrates the history of basketball in Canada.
We'll have an interactive display, we'll have some artifacts, we'll work with Canada Basketball to make it a whole hub.
Phase 1 of the project is nearing completion thanks to generous donors like Liston from across Canada and the U.S., as well as the hard work of local community leaders.
We really think it's going to be a destination where people flock to, not only just to see the court, to see the historic artifacts, and hopefully to have a lot of activity in terms of tournaments and what have you in the region as well.
On November 29th, the world's oldest basketball court became the property of the town of St. Stephen. A public forum on municipal reform was held at the Macadavic Centre in St. George on Friday, with Blacks Harbour Mayor John Craig and St. George Mayor John Dedarakis in attendance. Both mayors are concerned about widespread amalgamation plans for New Brunswick that would see the merger of St. George, Blacks Harbour and surrounding areas into one municipality by November 2022, requiring a full election for the region.
I would have liked us at the end of the evening today to at least agree on one thing, that we need more time to actually put on the table what we believe is going to work better for our community.
Both Mayor Craig and Mayor Dedarakis will be sitting down with CHCO's Andrew Sutton in the coming days to discuss this issue in more detail. Finally, local businesses in the town of St. Andrews are taking the idea of the elf on the shelf to the next level. Every day leading up to Christmas, residents and visitors alike will have to keep their eye out for Elfie, who will be visiting different local businesses every single day.
It's just finding a new way to connect, finding a way to keep people inspired, to bring that cheer back for kids and something to look forward to. Christmas is all about magic and mystical, and that's what we want to create here at the town and create the magic of St. Andrews.
All of Elfie's adventures appear on the Algonquin Hotel's Facebook page and under the hashtag ElfieAroundTown. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and live-streamed COVID-19 updates for New Brunswick, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.